I can't. Yes, big up to Sam Gregory
Why,
for
what?
turning up. Uh, I'm having a bit of trouble with the screens, so bear with me as well. You know what I mean? Because it's so I can see myself in this screen at the top. Yeah, I don't know how
Oh,
I look.
well, you
Sorry.
can see, but you can see you and me in your screen.
Yeah, I can see me, but
Uh,
my screen's a lot smaller. People got to bear
right.
with me. People got to bear with us because we're just fucking starting out, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not
Yeah,
doing anything. I'm just
yeah.
saying. I can chill.
Literally, Sam has just got roped in. He's got roped into my madness. So you don't, you know what I mean? Go easy on us today, guys. You know what I mean? We just stepped out. Oh, here we go. So, okay, sorry. I'm going to share this. See, it sounds good though when you listen back on the
Did
when
it?
you listen back on the phone through my phone. It sounds good anyway. So yeah,
Hopefully, it doesn't go weird at any point.
yeah,
But if it stays like this, it should be good because you sound crisp as well.
yeah.
I don't know
No,
what
no,
mic you've got, but it sounds good.
no. Yours sounds proper, man. It sounds proper. So yeah, obviously, yeah, had to be done. 2026. Yeah, because obviously Sam's a man who's been making noise on the internet for a few years. And I often have people get at me, like, who's that Sam Gregory? Do you know what I mean? Like they want to know more. So it's
People
only right.
used to think we were enemies. That's the funny. That's the funny thing.
What's that? Sorry, it's just a bit quiet. Let me just try and turn the volume up on this as
Oh,
well.
hang on. It might be. I was breathing
That's cool.
out as I did it. But
That's
now
cool. I got yeah.
people just use. I don't know. Some people probably still think we're enemies. That's
Yeah,
probably it, isn't it? Because
yeah.
people, all their man thought I was trying to take the piss. Well, I kind of sort of half was, but half not. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But
You did some legendary trolling though. Legendary. Do you know what I mean?
just comes
Um,
natural, isn't it? Just
shit.
I don't even think about it or anything. It's not that it's a thing you'd have to. It's just easy. It's you just fucking think of it something stupid and post it, but sort of have a point to it. With
Mm.
you, there was a point to it. With other, well, no, there's always been a point to it, but kind of you were
Of
probably the
course.
guy who could have been in the shed before the shed, but then your redemption arc stopped.
I fought my way out of it, yeah.
You ended up putting people in the shed. It was the deal like 100 souls in the shed, and then you're free to.
You see, they was trying to get me out of here. They was trying to get me out of here from 2020. Do you know what I mean? They come for me. I'm not gonna lie, they come for me. Um, and you know what? Rightly so for some things. You know what I mean? Because the company you keep, do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna get judged for the company you keep, you know what I mean? So yeah, the man them come for me, innit? I'm not gonna lie.
Now, I saw what it was is because I was friends with Nova like before you on Facebook and stuff. I saw that all these like white man were trying to use you as like the black friend. So you were the guy that they wanted to be like, oh, I'm not
Mm,
racist. My
yeah,
friend's black, and it's
yeah,
like then they bring you out and you're like
yeah.
27 foot above them, but like, but that's what I saw, and it was kind of like you were sort of like you're probably more aware of it than you realized, but it was making you aware of it, for forcing you into positions to make you aware of it. Because I
Yeah,
saw
well,
Nova doing it, and I had a different angle on it, and it worked
yeah.
collaboratively.
Well, to be honest, you know what it was? It's like in a lot of cases, yeah, it was some of them man fumbled it himself. So even
Oh
though they
yeah,
were being called out, a smart person would have kept their mouth shut.
mm.
These lot decided to carry on arguing and put themselves in it deeper. So this is the thing. This is why certain people had to be distant from because not because ultimately people can believe whatever they want and think whatever they want. Do you know what I mean? In their
Well,
own
yeah.
time and space away from me. You know what I mean? But when you remember, I never begged nobody to associate with me. Yeah, these guys all jumped on the bandwagon.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no, that's what it
and it was
was.
like if you want to jump on our bandwagon, yeah, then there's a certain code of conduct, a certain way you need to conduct yourself for the people we are trying to appeal to. Do you know what I mean? So this is all it is. But yeah, people come for me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. I was
mean,
cool.
it happens less and less now, though. It's more. It's not more. It's more the people, those old people, trying to find other ways to get at you because they got revealed for who they are, kind of thing. A
Oh
lot of
yeah,
them. I don't know
well,
if many new people come up that much anymore, as often.
there's always, you know, there's always going to be somebody out here trying to, you know, there's always going to be someone out here. Do you know what it is? A lot of the time, some people see us bantering and they think, oh, this is the way to get myself out there. And then they come on some madness to me. And I'm like, bruv, fuck off, block straight away. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like,
It's because they're not self-aware and they're not
yeah,
clever enough to. It's not a thing they're doing. They're trying to seek attention, but like
they're going about it the wrong
I.
way. They're
I've
going
got a
about it the wrong way.
specific brand of it. There's a fine line. I can walk a very specific, exact, perfect line where it's the most like provoking but safe position to be. Like you know what I mean? Like it's hard to explain, but
I
like
understand. I
there's a
understand.
line
No,
to
I get
draw.
what you mean. You push it as far as you can.
Yeah, without making it seem like, oh shit, I keep it. You can take satire to that point where one step too far. Now I just people have to understand still that it's most people have to understand that shit's satire. If you're gonna troll the fuck out of someone, as in make yourself seem one of them, make yourself look like a cunt with them, but then people know you're not a cunt, and that's how you win, kind of thing. But not, not a cunt. You know what I mean? Like that was a lack of a better word. I meant more like a problematic person. But
Well,
well, it
you're,
kind of it became more savage. Like with you, it was more like I don't even know.
because
You kind
you
of
know what it is. You know what it is with
started
me.
it.
Do you know the difference with me and everyone else? Yeah, is as I hold my L's in it. I hold my L's. So sometimes they come for me in the memes. Yeah, and I take the L. Do you know what I mean? Like the last thing was me in the Man United shirt. Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas a lot of people they take it personal. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, obviously, like legs, for instance. Yeah, sometimes you know we got to talk about Daddy Legs and big him up as well. Do you know what I
Daddy
mean?
legs. I mean, I'm not bigging up daddy legs. I'm not calling daddy legs. You just made me call that man daddy. God damn it. Christ almighty. I'm not saying that again. Fuck that guy.
No, but for me, for me, as an outsider to the situation, yeah, all I know is Nova got into it with him, which is nothing new.
Nova
Nothing new,
was
is it?
how I heard of him. No, I think somehow it was like a clip he called out a bit of one of his podcasts. I think that's how I saw it. Anyway, I saw a bit of a podcast where he was talking on some like mad anti-trans shit, but like getting angry about it.
I did see something like that as well.
That
I
was the
did
first thing, and that's when
I
he
did
got
see
in
something. I
shed.
didn't, you know, when I saw it, I thought, okay, it was around the time where a lot of the truthers were getting were getting a bit flustered about the trans story time and this and that, right? I ain't
Yeah,
going to get into all that personally because that's been gone over so many times and we realized that people was going a bit mad and overreacting, yeah, but everyone's entitled to their beliefs on these things, yeah. But I
yeah.
think when Legs came about with that little freestyle, it was around the time, so I'm not sure if maybe he was deliberately trying to jump on the bandwagon.
It's
I
weird
you
for
know I
someone to relate to people that they only think about they only give a fuck about what someone else is doing in terms of like how they're living and shit. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like, there are weird people to want to relate to. Like, who wants to relate to like a racist or something, really, or like who wants to make anything for those people, unless you are yourself one
yeah.
of those people.
Well, this is the thing. Like, obviously, he got trolled. He's been trolled to the point where I know someone in Ireland, yeah, and they were putting a festival on,
Oh,
and they
did you feel?
actually got at me. This was around the same time. They got at me because they actually liked his music, right? And they were like, do you have him? Do you have any contact with him? Because I'm trying to contact him on Facebook to bring him over to Ireland for this festival, and I
Yeah.
can't get hold of him. And I was like, well, these guys have trolled him so much that he's actually abandoned his socials. Like he's abandoned
Yeah.
his socials to the point where he was trolled into submission. I felt bad for him because, for me, outside of him being a rapper and him having his political opinion, I just seen him. It just seems like a chilled guy. Does his bit of gardening. Got a wheelbarrow in the back of the car.
I mean, yeah.
Probably
All
buys the
very
premium
suspect,
organic soil. You know what I mean?
Suspect.
Probably
garden centre behaviour.
Do you know what I mean? Though, innit? I go to the. I'm not gonna lie. I've frequented local garden centres around here many times. So
and you'll remember you were one of the first to be a. I was one of the first to get called out about garden centre. So my point still stands.
Oh my god!
But no, I don't really care.
They're coming for me on Christmas, on New Year's Day. I'm getting outed on New Year's Day. Fucking hell. But yeah, I for me, you know, I feel with Legs, it seems like he didn't even want no problems either. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you keep your mouth shut if you don't want no problems, innit? About if like why talk about why if you don't want problems, why make problems with people that are gonna have problems? Yeah. I mean, he's not making problems. He's talking about things on a public platform. What's he good? What did he expect? You can expect some reaction. Yeah, but then he can't complain. He can't complain about the reaction.
I'm not gonna lie here. So I see the trolling he gets, yeah, and I'm not gonna sit there and say, you know, I laugh along with it as well. Do you know what I mean? Because it's fun. It's entertaining for me. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I laugh along with it, but I don't have anything kind of. I don't have any kind of like strong feelings towards the man. I don't think, if I saw him in the streets, I'd disrespect him, or you know what I mean. I'm not even going to sit there and talk bad about his music. I know people can say what they like, but I'm like, you know, even his music, like the way I look at him, like he's like me, innit? He's a middle-aged man. He likes going to the garden centre. He likes hanging out. You know what I mean? If I had a shed, I'd probably be in it as well. Do you know what I mean?
The special shed for you if the time comes.
I'm going to end up in the shed at the end of this podcast. Yeah, I'm going to end up in the shed for what I'm saying. Because, mate, I should go on Facebook and see if Kato's coming for me. Yeah, because I've played the devil's advocate. I'm playing the devil's advocate right now. And it's going to end badly for me.
You know, the mad thing is, though, I actually also have no real strong opinions on Legs MC.
Yeah, I think he's all right. You know, don't get me wrong.
I don't mean I like it. I just don't. Just because I know I've been trolling him, right? But also, I have no. It's not because I have any feelings about it, other than just the shit he said, obviously. But I actually, beyond what the things he said stood for, I don't. It's not like I give a fuck. I mean, I do. You know, I give a fuck about the issues, but I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not like I don't like. It's not like fuck Legs MC on site type shit. Because I won't even recognize him. Probably. I forget who these people are.
It's got to the point where, like, you know, when you start trolling and you can't stop, and it's like, you know, you're just on a roll.
I don't know what I can't relate to that. I don't know what you're talking about. No. No, it's not even like. To be fair, what I do is I space shit out after a while. Like Legs MC only gets the occasional post now, every now and again. Sometimes, maybe on like around Christmas time, like the second Christmas in the shed post a little.
Yeah.
Or like you might get like a, but even then it might like I'll move on to some other shit at some point. I've kind of. It's been a bit quiet lately.
But let's have it right, though. Let's have it right. You have got some very bad people out of it. You know what I mean? You have. I ain't gonna get into it, and I'm not gonna name names because a lot of this was done in 2024, but even 2023. But you've got some, you know what I mean, undesirables out of it. So you know what I mean. Sometimes I guess.
Well, the same rules apply, innit?
People like Legs are just practice. Do you know what I mean? But it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like obviously. I want Legs to know that if he sees this, it's nothing personal. I don't want Legs to sit there thinking that there's a couple men who are plotting on him and like, do you know what I mean, scheming on him.
People
And
need to be publicly held accountable for.
No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong though.
Like,
I see that there was a post about Palestine someone sent to me. So he you know, this was at the time when everyone was coming out with Free Palestine and their Palestine support. Yeah. So I was sent something Legs had posted, and it was him. Like that, like Nova sent it to me. Like Nova sent it to me as if like I was getting pressed. You know what I mean? Because he was like, this is the guy you're trying to say allow it. Because remember, I was saying leave the guy in it. I was saying allow it.
Well, yeah.
And Nova was like, this is the guy you want to allow, yeah? Do you know what I mean? So at that point, I've had to just fall back. But
I mean, Nova's militant as fuck, and like I'm like, I don't know if I describe myself as militant, but like, not that the beliefs are different. Just like people look at Nova as militant, but they probably don't look at me as militant.
I'm sure a few people do. I'm sure a few people do.
I do.
You know what I mean? You know,
but I'm quite a chill guy, really.
Mm.
It's just I'm also quite humorous, I guess, and also political.
Yeah,
but not when I rap. Usually, it's weird. I don't use humor when I rap. Weirdly, that much. I was saying to Luke Maverick like yesterday, we were making that observation. It's more when I'm talking to people than actually like I make a point, but I'm witty.
Yeah, I'm one of them people. I'm only funny when I'm typing. See what I mean? I'm not that funny in real life. Do you know what I mean? I'm funny when you know what I mean? When I can look at the paragraph and edit it and fucking, do you know what I mean? But in real life, I'm not that witty. My brain ain't that quick. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie.
Real life, how I type on Facebook and stuff is how I am in real life. It's just that side of me doesn't really come out when I do other stuff. It's just when I'm talking. Anything creative, suddenly it's more serious.
So speaking of music, what's going on with the music projects in 2026?
I mean, I'm still writing. I mean, I'm always kind of, well, to be fair, like on and off writing. It's just I need more. I need a new laptop, then I can record a lot of stuff again, and then it's all good. I've got beats. I've got you know, so me and Maverick needs to record some stuff because he was saying we should do an EP, but I mean, I don't know if it'll happen.
Come on, Reels of Rhyme.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he says we should do an EP anyway. Like I saw, if you saw that inbox in that group chat that he said, I saw that.
Trust me, a lot of things are going to get done in 2026. Hopefully, do you know what I mean? Hopefully,
I wanted to get stuff recorded in 2026. I keep thinking, I keep saying that like it's next year still, but it's this year. But I do want to get.
That's what I'm saying, man. So starting the year when a high in it.
I've been writing stuff properly since 2023 again, and I've got like full songs ready to record. It's just they're not really recorded. Well, a couple are, but they need going over again and other stuff. And
I like the freestyle that you done, the one you dropped
on
Facebook long ago.
I said I was going to do more of that. I do one of them, saying I'll do them every week, and then a week goes by, I blink and a week's gone by, and then I just don't do it. I just need to get in the habit of doing it more. But I also, I don't know. I should do more of that. I should.
No, you can't rush creativity, though. You know what I mean? Even me, I can go months without doing anything, and then I'll just spend a week cramming everything in, and so it's just one of them things. I can't force it or rush it. Do you know what I mean? It's just, but then when I'm in the mode, I can't stop it. I'll sit there, write 10 songs in a row. So.
And that's what I did when I first started again properly. It was in this, but in the house I'm in now, I've like just moved into this house this year. I acquired it because my old friend who had it abandoned her life and everything and whatnot. So I took advantage and got in the house now. I wrote a full EP on the living room floor, like downstairs in 2023, just randomly in a night. I came around to chill and I just ended up writing an EP out. It just came out of nowhere.
Release it, man. Release it.
Yeah, I need to record it first.
All right, yeah, that'll get done, man.
But yeah. But no, a lot of stuff needs to happen. And well, I can't remember what else I'm gonna add to that, and I've gone blank now.
Don't worry, it happens, man. We're all stoners here. This is what people have to understand. We're all stoners. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
look,
that's the problem.
I'm even worse. I'm even worse, mate. Do you know what I mean? So literally, if we're talking and we fucking forget what we're talking about, yeah, don't start going, oh yeah, look at these, man, they're this and that, they're unprofessional. Do you know what I mean? We're stoners. Do you know what I mean? Literally.
It's like I said before. We start just before we started this. That I said we're just vibe, see
That's it.
what comes up in it.
And really and truly, this is like the first session where we're sitting down podcast style. Everything else I've done on this channel has been recorded on my phone, in the park, in the car, me just chatting to the camera or me just filming stuff. This is the first time we're actually sitting down doing this thing proper. Obviously, I've had this in mind for a while. I've had like obviously, you know, I want to get Nova on here. I want to get Brandon on here. I want to get Maverick on here. I want to get I want to get, you know what I mean? There's people. I want to get Kato on there. We need what it is. We need to make this shit fun, because see, when we started this thing a couple years ago, when we started getting active online, we had a lot of people clout chasing and trying to jump on the bandwagon. Yeah. And fair enough, they might have had this and that to say, but they weren't entertaining at the end of the day. And at the end of this is what this is all about, isn't it? It's not to say we're here just to entertain people, but we had some people who were the opposite of entertainment. Do you know what I mean? Some people were just literally draining the, you know, I don't want to diss people, innit? But it started going down that direction, innit? It started going down the direction where things weren't, you know, we weren't having pleasant conversation. You know what I mean? We were forced to talk about subjects which people, you know, people didn't really want to have to hear, but people forced us to do it because of their own behavior and how, you know what I mean? So this is a whole new thing where we're not dealing with pretty much none of the people we were dealing with before in that respect, apart from the people that I've mentioned. Do you know what I mean? And apart from that, we want to be, you know, there's a lot of artists that I want to be getting on here, people that are doing their thing, people that got a story to tell. So yeah, so I've got plans for this, do you know what I mean? But this one here, this is like helped me test out the level. I don't know how to use this software. I'm not the technical man, Nova is, but it's helped me get my head around it. So now the next interview I do, easy, it's already ready to go. Do you know what I mean?
Man. So, and it's a good one to start on, because it's I've had people telling me we need to, like, well, every time we post like back and forth videos or whatever, people say it should be a thing. Like it should be
100%. 100%. Right, that shit's bro. That shit's gone legendary, bro. Do you know what I mean? Our trolling is like, it's like years in, bro. It's gone like, do you know what I mean? People don't know what's going on. They're like, who is this Sam Gregory? Who is he? Do you know what I mean?
I tell Luke that I trolled the friendship out of you. Actually, you had no choice in the matter, really, when you think about it. Like I decided, and here we are. Like, well, when you think about it.
What I realized with Sam is if you let his trolling break you, it will. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to really just roll with the punches. Some people are like, they want it to stop. It ain't gonna stop. Yeah, you've got to learn to roll with the punches. And do you know what I mean? If you let it get in your head, which is what's happened with my man, you start abandoning your social, because you know how it is. Sometimes I wake up, bruv. I wake up sometimes in the morning, and you've posted something, and that's it. He's got me straight away. He's got me first thing in the morning. My day, you know what I mean? That's my day gone. So you know what I mean? It's a laugh, innit? And I think a lot of people as well, especially in my age group, yeah, they're so miserable. They don't like seeing people making jokes and that. They think everything should be serious and fucking conspiracy and dark and depressing, which, yeah, fair enough, life is, yeah, but that's how they think everything should be. They think I should, you know, everything should be dark and, you know, new world order and digital ID and conspiracies.
I forgot about digital ID, you know, Jesus.
Yeah.
I've already forgotten about it.
You see what I'm saying? But they want it, chemtrails. They want to bring everything down to it. It's like, look, mate, I accept the world is about to fucking collapse here. let
Yeah,
me
I'm down
enjoy.
for a reset. I'm down for a reset, to be
Yeah,
honest.
let me enjoy. Do you know what I mean? Let me, if this fucking internet shit's gonna go in a couple of years, whatever, let me do my thing with it. Do you know what I mean? Let me, you know what I mean? If all this shit's gonna collapse, yeah, let me make the most of it. Do you know what I
Might
mean?
as well
That's
laugh
it.
at it, kind of, at least a little bit.
Yeah,
It's like I would delete social media if entertaining people and the reaction, the banter and stuff is the only reason I've even got social media anymore, to be honest. Like, apart from,
mm,
and also, but that's also why sometimes that's why I approach putting wrongins in the shed in the way I do, because it keeps a humor level to it that makes it. Otherwise, it'll probably wear me down like fuck. Like
it,
I'd have,
it keeps the morale up. And
yeah, I'd have
when people
dipped
are
from
sitting there,
social media
yeah,
long ago,
and,
if
and
not.
even me, I'm putting guys in the shed all the time, yeah. Sometimes over and over again, and people want to say things like, "Oh, is that all you do?" And it's like, well, it's not all I do, but I'm a busy man. But even still, despite that, I'll make time to do it because, like you said, it keeps the morale up. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're doing all this shit on, you know what I mean? You need something to keep the morale going, and sometimes putting a man in the shed. Do you know what I mean? You know how it goes anyway.
And the butt of a joke might as well be the most vile bastard you can find.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and then the people that aren't wrong uns can have a morale boost,
yeah, yeah,
and it's a funny thing that happened in the day, but there was a point to it.
yeah,
It's
and
not.
that's the whole point as well. When these people that we're having to punish, yeah, they are bad people. Whatever way you look at it, they're bad people. So yeah, we might go hard on them, but that's exactly what they deserve. In a lot of cases, that's what they deserve. So
And they out themselves even further as well, because none of them are self-aware. So it adds fuel to the fire. We can use that as ammo against them even more, and it often creates a side thing that creates a thing that's like they just make memes out of themselves. Really, they become living memes to the people that have reason
yeah,
and
because
logic.
this generation, that generation that a lot of them are in, is not. It's not made or ready to be vocalizing their opinions in an open forum, especially doing like live shows and stuff like that, because they say some mad stuff. You know what I mean? And this is the
Yeah,
problem every time. They say some really mad stuff. That's normal for them, but you got to remember we are still living in we're all like times are always changing, and we are living in a world where a lot of those views and their thoughts, they're not really, a lot of people look at them as outdated. And
yeah.
some of these people are so set in their ways that it's just not really a good, it's not really a good look. It's not really a good thing to be associated to. So yeah, I find that it's one of them things. Like, get older, and you start focusing on, and that's the thing I always say to people: when you get older, stop focusing on all this fucking negative stuff, because your mind's going to go that way anyway. Your mind is going to go towards the gutter anyway when you're older, because it's just depression and anxiety and worry and all these things. Yeah. So don't even bother start looking into all this, really what's going on behind the scenes, because I don't see it doing anyone any good. I see it turning a lot of these middle-aged people into alcoholics. You understand? It's turning them into alcoholics.
It depends how you look
Rubber
at it though,
spoons.
because people can like I like looking into like why things happen, but I also it doesn't make me want to drink myself to death. It's
Well,
like maybe the time will come though. You never know.
mm,
Like,
mm.
but it's not like I understand. It's like conspiracy theories and stuff are dangerous for people that aren't intelligent, or they don't know how they don't know how to dissect information and make sense of it. Even if they can read all the
Well,
information, they don't know how to evaluate it
this
to
this
make.
is the problem. This is the problem. Is the vast majority of conspiracy theories. I don't care who gets offended. The vast majority of conspiracy theories aren't intelligent at all. You understand? They're not intelligent at all. Yeah, they're not. And they're not educated. Most of them are not even literate. They're not even that literate. A lot of them use this conspiracies as a form of looking intelligent. So they use it to look intelligent, so they can come out with something that nobody else knows as a mask that actually this person is probably an academic underachiever. I'm not saying everybody, so don't fucking start coming. I don't want to hear from anyone about, and I don't want to hear from any conspiracy theories about their life. I'm not interested in them trying to prove me anything, because I'm going to ignore it anyway. But at the same time, this is what you got with a lot. When I've chatted to a lot of these kind of people and I've spoke to them, it wasn't a case of they were misinformed or naive. A lot of them were very unintelligent. You understand? They were like, they had very basic intelligence and a very basic understanding of the world we live in and life in general. You understand? So a lot of them, conspiracy theories was just one thing they know to sound intelligent, because there's probably people who they meet who don't know these things and appear to be learning off them, or they think they're learning off them. You understand? So this is what I found with a lot of them. Don't get me wrong, there is people out there that have done their research and do their, you know, due diligence, yeah, and whatever. But the vast majority, truthers, all of these sort of people, roundabout painting crew, all of that lot, not intelligent people, Weatherspoons sort of people,
Betfred motherfuckers.
So not even, so drinkers, but not even drinkers
specific like cider drinkers in particular outside Betfred.
Basically,
it's a dangerous combination.
Yeah, so they're not your uptown wine bar drinkers where, you know, drinking cocktails. They're more, like you said, Weatherspoons, beer garden, if the Weatherspoons has a beer garden, or outside the Betfred. You get me? Outside the local Betfred. And that's the reality. You know, that's the reality. And that's the kind of people I even speak to about these sort of things. You know what I mean? Outside of betting shops, outside of off licenses. You know what I mean? So it's all, and
they always listen to fake like rap music. We notice, like, where it's like verses you've heard before mixed with like, oh, it'd be like Eminem featuring Biggie featuring like, and it'd be like, it'd be verses you've all heard. Why do they all listen to like fake YouTube songs and be like, oh,
and they think it's real. They think it's real. Yeah,
I've noticed that they all do that. Like, especially like the spice heads that come up to you. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Well, they've usually played it on a speaker, aren't they? That's what's usually happening.
And it's like you've heard all the verses before, but it's just someone bashed them together and put them on some other beat, and they don't know. But they're the ones that come up with the stupid conspiracies, because like they're the conspiracy theories that I love taking the piss out of, because like they're the ones that you can only develop from having low intelligence and not knowing how the world works. Like the birds aren't real one. Like that's how it started with birds aren't real, because it's like that amazed me that I made people think. I didn't think birds aren't real, like the actual group. Yeah, and I infiltrated it, and it was sick.
Yeah, but you know what? Even today, you know what happened to me? Yeah, you won't even believe this. I was walking through a graveyard, yeah, right, and an owl. Like, people will think I'm making this stuff up. An owl nearly drilled on me. Yeah, so I nearly got drilled on by an owl. Yeah, do you see what I'm saying?
Owls did that. It didn't surprise me though, because ignore what I previously said. Birds aren't real.
Do you see what I'm saying?
So that was an assassination attempt. I had that walking down a street, but not an owl. I don't know what it was. It was like the birds were diving on me like they were protecting the fake eggs. Nah, it were like starlings, but like 3 or 4 of them or something, like swooping down on me. I was just walking past a bus stop, and then they just I'll cross the street, and that was it. They fucked off. But yeah, that was an obvious assassination attempt.
See what I'm saying?
Even if birds are real, they're clearly dickheads either way, so it doesn't matter, because we've both been attacked by birds. Even if they weren't robots, right? They still can't be trusted.
Definitely not. Jack hates them. Jack hates seagulls. He absolutely hates
a seagull. Stole my sandwich when I was in Cornwall in August.
Do you see what I'm saying? He's got proper beef with the seagulls. Actual beef. Even if there's a seagull on a roof and he sees it, and he's right up at the top of the roof building, he will bark until the seagull fucks off.
I'd strangle the seagull and feel nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that bothered about them. Like, you know what I mean? They're just there, innit?
I'm not bothered. They're just there. How can you not be bothered about them? They're probably like like this, they probably carry people away, like the way the
They
goes
need to.
around and
Well, this is what we need. This is what we need. We need
the
some.
rapture,
We
the
need some of
seagull
these
rapture.
seagulls to carry off some of the undesirables. We need them to literally carry them off. We
Well,
need a
that's something
fucking
about a
albatross.
reset.
We need to release a flock of albatross. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
If we just nuked every,
Hmm?
like not every city, but most cities, what percentage of the average city do you reckon is a racist? Or like,
Oh, on the average city.
uh,
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, human beings, right, are just horrible fucking cunts.
so basically, you're saying we
So
should,
I don't think.
if we had a reset and nuked, we
No,
could be safe
what
to
it is,
nuke
what is the
cities.
humans? Humans are fucked up, right? Because it's like you have 10% of humans, right? Say are very bad, right? But you have the other 90% are indifferent, and then you might have another 10% that's good. Or sorry, you might have 80% indifferent, and you might have another 10% good people. So
And
it's very
then
hard
them
to
in 90% of
it's
my
very hard
mind.
to say what percentage of a city is anything, because I think people people's mindset constantly changes. They're based on their emotions and their day to
Would
day.
that?
So it's
Mm,
very hard to say. Um, if you like, we got to understand, yeah. You always got to assume the worst for everything, and not just for like racism, just in any category of life. You know, anything bad, you've always got to assume the worst when you're dealing with human beings. Because at the end of the day, we can say how many percentage of people are this, yeah. Well, now we're only ever going to know by the people who reveal it. So we're only going to know by the people that get caught, or by the people that get arrested, or
true.
by the
Well,
people
yeah,
that
true.
get seen doing it. Yeah,
So we need to
we're
catch
never going to
them.
know the true scale of anything, because people are good at hiding things as well. So yeah, there might be 10% of people who are reckless enough to get themselves caught out for doing something, or caught out for being, you know what I mean. But within the 80%, we don't know. You understand? Like, we just don't know in it. So it's hard to say. Um, Different places, the mindset changes based on experiences. So if you got somewhere like Luton or Bradford, yeah, where they've had a load of mix up between Asians and English people, you might be a higher level of people that are going to sit there and say, yeah, straight up, I'm a racist. You know what I mean? But generally, most people ain't going to want to admit that, reveal that. Um, some people don't care, but generally, it's hard to say. And even if someone denied it, it wouldn't mean, they could be denying it, but at the same time, because they might not believe they're racist. This is what I find, is when you're
Well,
dealing
a
with
lot of
racists.
racists say they're not, and they don't. I mean, unless they're the full on like
Well,
KKK, where you can't
this is
deny it. But like,
yeah.
a lot don't think they're
Well,
racist.
this is what I'm saying. So it's hard to it's a hard thing to gauge, because most of them, like I said, most of them don't believe they are, and believe they are being wrongly labeled it. So, and don't get me wrong, there's always room for an argument in anything, but I think that's become a defining factor. That same argument they're trying to put across is become a defining factor of whether they are or not. Um, and it kind of, there's so many things that they say. I'm not a racist, but this, to the point where, what can you even do in it? Like, half these people, they are, but they don't believe they are.
Yeah, I'm
They,
thinking, do we like? Do you reckon? Although racists raise racists, I was gonna say, do we kind of just sort of focus on not re-education, but just in better education for generations to come, and just letting the old people die?
what you got to do is,
Or do we bother with re-educating people at this
well, it's
point?
like,
Because people are people because there's a lot of, obviously there's a lot of pushback, but it's like
yeah, yeah, but
something's got to
because,
give at some
yeah,
point.
no, but what they've got to do before anything, right, is what they have to do is take their personal feelings for these racist people out of the equation, and deal with them as living humans who, if they're not going to get what they want, are going to kick off, right? And actually, some of these people I'm not excusing their behaviour, but the government knows exactly what it's doing when they're keeping people in shit conditions and
Yeah.
keeping, you know what I mean, and turning people's. They know exactly who they're going to blame. So I would say deal with the mistakes you made of the past, which has put a load of people in the situation where they're hopeless. So now these people are hopeless. They're in their early 50s in a mobility scooter and they're eating every meal from Greg's. And you know what I mean? If anything, they go to Iceland and that's it. And they buy scratch cards every day, hoping to win the lottery. Because basically they come from generations of people who got screwed over when the industry collapsed. So when they sold, a lot of the industry got sold abroad, and in a lot of these places like Cornwall, um, places up north as well, a lot of North Yorkshire. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of these towns where they had a lot of factories, Manchester. So it's not even a, it's even Asians, even like Asian families have been affected by this as well. So a lot of these people, they've seen the factories go. Same in Luton. In Luton, before they shut down the Vauxhall factory, you weren't hearing no one say shit because most of these people, like most of my friends' dads, worked in the factory, and they were white people, black people from the Caribbean, and Pakistani people, and these people worked together for, you understand, this factory been open for
Yeah.
years. So these people worked together for years. That all closed down, or most of it closed down maybe about 20 years ago. So since then, you haven't had that. Just I'm saying. So a lot of these things where
Yeah.
the community knew each other through, even if, yeah, after work, the English guys went to the pub and the Pakistani guys went to the mosque. Even still, they come to work, they used to get on with each other and do their thing. Once that got taken out of the equation, these people are all still living in the same area. And
Audio
you
just went to
start getting,
shit
you
then.
know what I mean? You start getting clashes because there's segregation going on. So what these people should have forced, foreseen when when Thatcher was making all these moves back in the 80s is this is what would come. And also the working class white people, some of them got lifted out of poverty, but a lot of them didn't. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of them didn't. So, you know what I mean? I'm not justifying anyone's, because a lot of these people are just stupid as well because they haven't been educated
I mean,
and they've
that's a
been.
lot of that. Education is lack of thing is it's waiting to be told what the truth is instead of like hearing it still like what they have to say, but then looking. I don't know, like just knowing shit. Like there's just basic shit that I just feel like is just common sense that a lot of racists just don't fucking have, and it's just a simple like
Yeah, yeah, because a lot of them is ignorant. A lot of them are
yeah
ignorant due to the environment, due to the upbringing, just due to the general environment around them. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these people in themselves, they feel totally hopeless. So at the end of the day, for them, they're going to interpret anyone else living better than them as that person's been given a better handout than I have. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, not to say the person has or hasn't, it's just a case of like some people need to recognize the situations they're in are generational. So what's happened to your granddad, to your dad, and to now affecting you? Do you see what I'm
yeah.
saying? What's been probably even taken away from your family over the years, sold for cash, is probably affecting you today, and you don't know about it. And all you're going to see is the Indian man with his corner shop and think, oh, it's him. He's the one. You know what I mean? Like there's a big
The thing
conspiracy.
is though, it's that bit that is the confusing part. Though it's like, why would I think? Why would the unless I don't know, like the jump to like it
because
must be that guy. I
because
never think anything. I mean, I get that things that happen to people sometimes are caused by other specific people, but like I never. I feel like blaming a whole group for something is kind of mad. There's very like few
Of course,
scenarios I could think of.
but this comes from a
Possibly happen.
This comes from a sheltered place.
Well, yeah, I know. It's like no one around them is caring to question anything, so they use their own, like, they just want to validate how they live and say a simple reason, so that's easy to grasp. It's hard to explain, isn't it? But
so
like
they have to simplify. Yeah, you're right. They have to condense and simplify the reason into maybe sometimes 2 words. Go home. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes
it's childish. It's childish. It's like, because children just like, oh, blame, oh, that kid did that. As blames, blaming shit is what kids do, like on that simple level, and in that it's like the same thing when it's like, oh, blaming the immigrants is in general, even though you've got no real reason to, but you're just going to do it because it's easier to have a reason than not actually be able to understand the real reason.
Yeah, but a lot of people ain't. A lot of people, like, especially even in Devon where I am, a lot of people that are actually going out and doing stuff, running their own businesses and stuff like that, they're not concerned with that. It's only the people who are out of work, on the sick, on you know what I mean, on the hard drugs. Not to diss everyone, because not to say that all of them are like that, all people, but it's a lot of the people that think like that actually are people. I mean,
there's a lot of average people that do as well. That like there are definitely people that do like hold a 9 to 5 and shit. That are, it's like it just depends on.
I'm going to get to those lot. Let me basically what I was talking about. A lot of the younger generation now doing their thing. They're not mixed up in all that. They're getting on with their life, enjoying their life. Some of the older generation now, yeah, like I said before, these lot weren't raised for the internet generation, so these lot are just blatantly coming out and saying madness on the internet. And everyone's, it's all kicking off. But it's like, yeah, this is just the older generation that fucking discovered Facebook. A lot of to be honest, it was actually better before they knew about it. Do you know what I mean? Now that they've known about it, a lot of them, not to diss all of them, but a lot of them have brought a level of misery where, you know what I mean, rather than, we like to go on Facebook and have a laugh sometimes. Some of these people have brought such a level of heavy energy of, like, it's just, mate, like, fucking hell, angry people, like very angry
people are shouting. Some of the random stuff I come across is just like a man shouting into a void. About sharing like links on YouTube as well, and there's like no comments or likes or anything, and there's like, and they just keep doing it every day, all that, like, and it's like, who are you talking to?
Absolute craziness. I see a guy the other day said to Nova, was saying to Nova how he's gone to Nova's post to try to troll him, and he's saying to Nova how he's a millionaire, and you know what I mean. And at this point, I took a break from the internet. I thought, fuck this shit, man. I thought, I can't be bothered. I said, I can't be bothered. So I was thinking, what? So I might become a millionaire. And when I'm a millionaire, I'm going to want to troll someone. Do you know what I mean? I thought, this is just fucked up. Obviously, the guy weren't no millionaire. Do you see what I'm saying? But this is another thing. People are getting delusional.
What did he claim to do? Like, did he start flexing?
Bruv, what I'd say to these sort of people, yeah, because a lot of I've seen people try and get like prove things and be like, yeah, I am this guy. What I'd say to these people, yeah, is understand this, yeah. I deal with a lot of mad people online anyway. Do you know what I mean? A lot of mad delusional people who believe all sorts of things about themselves, that they are delusions of grandeur and all that. And just cool, innit? I'm not even bothered, but you got some funny people. You do definitely get some funny people.
See, the funny people are the people who use it just to have a laugh, or just to, at least I don't know, anything, well, creative within reason. Like if you just, like, you know what I mean, like, but yeah, usually if you just want to have a laugh and you just like, just a vibe, man. It's just they're the people who just don't take shit too seriously. Like, they're the best people.
Yeah, definitely.
They're the ones that are, even though I had like 3 Facebook accounts banned, they're the people that get added again and stuff, and then other people just accumulate.
That's why I was like, these truthers need to get away from me and my shit. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
The
these
truth
truthers,
movement's hilarious, but
yeah,
it's
they need
so
to get away
fucking
from me,
dodgy,
man.
man. They're all nonsense,
Seriously.
man.
Yeah, you need to get you. I'm not even no disrespect to these people because
I
cool.
mean, I just called them nonsense, so that is kind of disrespect.
Well,
Unless they maybe maybe they have a nonce group where they sit around and it's like proud nonce, or it's just to them it's a compliment. Then I mean, I'd call
well,
if someone called me a nonce, I'd be like, that's disrespect.
well, you know, this is part of the reason I don't really want to get involved in that scene.
It's
You
weird
know what
how
I mean?
many of
'Cause I
them
don't want to have.
are.
I don't want to have to even have these kind of conversations. You know, and there was people been suggesting to me certain people to get on as guests and that, and it's like, you know what it is, I can't have these people on as guests, yeah, because if I had these people on as guests, then I'm gonna have to grill them on certain things that
And it's just disgusting. Like, visually, like
it's just not
disgusting.
it's not
Like
it wouldn't be in good taste. It wouldn't be in good taste. Like for you know, for people to come on this podcast and like the first things they're hearing is, you know what I mean, me asking certain people questions that I've been asking for like last few years that they've been avoiding. So I thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother with none of these truther people.
they're just
People from
disgusting people, like an
Exactly, big up
attitude
the Dorset,
thing as
big up
well.
people from Dorset, yeah, big up people from Dorset. But anyone from Dorset to know you're going to be vetted before before you come on this show, because like I said, people trying to put up people's names from Dorset and all that, and it's like,
Are
don't get me
you
wrong, I got,
dealing with a Dorset problem? I didn't know about this.
oh mate, Dorset is basically, put it this way, when God floods the earth, yeah, it will happen in Dorset. It will probably
We
happen
could
through
test the nukes on Dorset.
It will
That's a
literally
safe
come. It will go through.
little.
It will go through literally Weymouth. It will go down Weymouth, go that way, and it will literally flood outwards. That's where it's going to start. So that's all I'll tell you about Dorset. Um, and the neighbouring counties ain't no better, really. Do you know what I mean? Even Devon. And don't get it twisted. Even Devon's got a few. There's a few mad
Evan's
things
kind of
happening.
cooked lately.
There's a few mad things even as we speak going on in Devon.
Evan
That
is pretty cooked
that
lately.
I don't.
I
That,
didn't know about it until I knew you.
Devon, oh
Like,
yeah.
but now Devon just looks cooked to me. But he didn't used to. I used to think Devon was nice, and now, mate. Well, it is, but it's like
They ruined
it's
him.
nice how Alabama probably looks nice, but everyone's a meth head. It's like that,
Basically, yeah, yeah.
but not everyone's a meth head. It's
Mhm.
just enough of them are where it's like if it was a zombie apocalypse, there'd be
Yeah,
a problem.
not everyone's a meth head. Some are dealers, meth heads, dealers, and cops. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty much the whole population.
That's a crazy place to live in.
Literally, there's a really
all,
mad
all
place.
farmers, all
There's,
farmers.
there's a really mad place I've been watching on YouTube. It's loads of clips. I think it's Baton Rouge. It's a fucking madness. You know what I mean? It's one of them places. If you get a chance, have a look at what's going on in Baton Rouge. It's like, I don't know. It's
What's
like,
going on?
Amsterdam in The Wire.
Wait,
It's like
Amsterdam.
it seems
Oh,
like it seems like a lawless place where you can just walk around with
oh, that's what I
assault
said. Yeah.
rifles. Like it seems a bit like GTA. It's like GTA a little bit.
Fair enough. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah, but
Jesus.
I've just got a warning telling me my battery's low and this ain't plugged in, so we might have to wrap it up. But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
man.
it's been a
Whatever,
big.
man.
You know what? Big up to Sam Gregory every day, all day, because
Big up terrorist to them.
you
I should
literally
have done that as a tag. You should use it as a tag.
I'm gonna
Me saying Terror Slim.
I'm gonna
Got it. On it.
trust me.
Got it.
But yeah, now because we got the show started on a fucking high note, you know, and I didn't think this was gonna happen because I was literally, you know what I mean. So yeah, big up still, and definitely we're gonna definitely have Sam on here on a regular. He's definitely
Right.
part of the panel. So yeah, don't watch nothing,
The panel.
people. Yeah, he's part of the panel, people.
Hell
That's
yeah.
it. That's it, bro. It's 20, whatever year we're in, 2026 is going to be a big year. Yeah, and this is how we're starting.
It might be the end of the world early, like 30 odd years early.
30, how many years we got to the prophecy?
I mean, when's 2020? What year? 12 shit.
Is it
Like 20
2053?
odd, 20 odd years. 2053. Yeah, that's when
Ooh.
you're supposed to nuke London. But you might want to start with Dorset. You might want to start with Dorset. That's when you're going to be prime minister and nuke Dorset. But you should be doing it earlier to set us free. At this point, we
Oh
need a
my God. I'm
reset.
not going to nuke Dorset. I'm not going to nuke Dorset, honestly.
Kill 60% of the population, and statistically, if there's any racists left in the population, we can lynch them or something. Or like, I don't know, like we
I
can
haven't got, do you know what it is? I haven't got beef.
waterboard them until they change.
Just for the record, yeah, I haven't got beef with Dorset. Yeah. Half of the crew's in Dorset. You understand?
Well, tell them
Yeah,
to move, and then we'll
half
fire
of
them.
them is
You
in Dorset. Yeah, but really and truly, they're still behind enemy lines. So that's all it is. You know what I mean? They're still behind enemy lines.
just need to recapture it. You need to recapture Dorset.
Yeah, we need to do something. We need to bring them over here. We've got to bring them over. So yeah.
Move Dorset over here, over there, over here. That'd be over to you.
Over this side of the border, they'll be all right for now. Do you know what I mean?
For now.
But yeah, I'm gonna lock this off. Yeah, but big up to Sam Gregory, and
Yeah, man.
yeah, big up to everyone watching, and share this and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have loads more content. Yes.